In this video, we're going to talk about your about or your summary section and your featured section. So I'm just going to scroll down here and we're going to have a look at these two components here. So the about section, if I click here, expands out, and if I look here, this is the featured section, and I've got some other components in here. Now the important thing about this is that there is some level of structure. Now in today's high content world, you want to try and grab attention quickly, and you want to try and hold it, maintain it, and relate it back to your target market or the person that you're trying to connect or contact. So if I am going to write my about summary, and mine isn't too important here, what's important is the structure and being able to use it properly for you. And also using all of your characters, filling it out as much as possible. So I've got a formula, and that formula is PASA. So the PASA formula is a basic copywriting formula that you can apply anywhere, whether you're using emails, whether you're using text message, whether you're using your LinkedIn summary. Any kind of marketing anywhere can benefit from this formula. So here I've got the problem, the aggravation, solution, social proof, and action. And a copy of this will be included in the course materials. So what do I mean by problem? It's the problem that you address. So what is it that's going to stop someone in their tracks to go and read ahead? Because remember, when you're in the view of this, only about that many words, or only the top paragraph, is really able to be viewed. So what you want to do is have that first line be something that's really attention grabbing. Don't use too much spaces, pack it with words, and say, say for example, why you can't get to sleep at night. If that's relevant to me, that's going to make me stop and want to read it. It presupposes that that article or that component is relevant to the person that you want to connect with, or that your profile connects with. Because remember, not everyone is your ideal connection. And the moment you try and stop trying to please everybody is the moment that you'll start finding that your content is more viable for more people, and more of the right people and less of the wrong. So the problem, we've addressed that people can't sleep at night. So that's who we're calling out. So that's the problem. The next is the aggravation. We want to make sure that they are really feeling that pain. So the pain point of that is, you wake up with a headache, you're sick of tossing and turning all night, you feel run down, feel fatigued in the morning, don't you hate it when? And that really sort of kicks the bruise or rubs salt in the wound. Then we want to provide the solution. Well, I help with X. And these dot points are quite good. So for example, here I've used some in my area purely because they stand out. Now, in other text formatting, you have the ability to use things like italics or bold. But remember, you want to put the benefit first. People don't buy 10 megapixel cameras, they buy beautiful photos of their children. So make sure you correct the order and you say, what's the outcome they're going to get before you talk about the feature. I help you get more likes. What does that mean? I help you reach more people and get them and convince them to become your customers by getting you more likes. That's a very, very distinct difference. So in this solution, be sure to highlight the benefits first. So no more sore neck. Okay, so that's obviously a cause of not sleeping correctly or not having a good night's sleep. And the feature is that the member foam pillow molds to your spine to keep you in the perfect position without sagging. Social proof is the next one. So social proof is a great way to build trust with your reader. Now, that could be from a client testimonial, but it doesn't always have to be. You could just tell a story of when you helped someone else. Most people need proof, so give them that proof. Say, Jerry had a great night's sleep and his wife's never been happier. So he doesn't snore in bed, and his back's fine, and he has a good night's sleep, nice and deep. So everyone is better off. There's the social proof. So then the action. And then the action is that last thing that you want them to do. So remember that a call to action is getting them to follow up or call or book a meeting, but not all of those things. Remember, the more options you give them, the less likely they are to choose one of those options. There was a study done with jams outside of a supermarket, and they put 20 jars of jam, and those 20 jars didn't really sell very well. Next day they changed that to 3 jars of jam, and they sold 16 times more jam, purely because they reduced the paralysis of choice, where there are too many options. So I have one simple calendar link, and what that does is allows them to go to my website at the same time and discover more about me. Now, what I would like to talk about now is this featured section and three-dimensional space. So let's think about three-dimensional space as a concept. In two-dimensional world, on your web browser, on the phone, we're really only dealing with a flat panel of text. So what you want to try and do is build 3 dimensions to that two-dimensional space. And you do that by using other channels, by using other faces. So think about edges of a 50-cent coin. If you were a two-dimensional object bumping into it, you would be able to discover multiple faces and eventually be able to discover the shape and what it is. So, discovering the sides of a square or a triangle. So, three-dimensional space, what do I mean exactly? Here I've got my meeting link, and if you click on that, it takes you to a meeting booking page. And if I click on this one, it takes to a book page. Loading a bit slowly. And then the other one is a podcast. Another one could be a blog that you wrote somewhere. Another one could be somewhere that you have gone and someone's taken some photos of you. So any kind of links to external platform media where you have been featured really helps build that depth of understanding of who you really are. Okay, so that has been the summary, the copywriting formula for your summary, and the featured sections of your LinkedIn profile. Thank you.